field, held by flowers and sky. It took all the spring to come into bloom. Warm air through the grass, moving against my skin. Color, scent, and bird song folding me in. Grass shifting in the light, flowers opening wide, birds crossing.
Hello, welcome. It's Rose. So glad you're here. I'm working with my studio summer collection, and this is part 2 of a 4-part workshop series. You can find the papers with the flowers and the numbers as a freebie in my Facebook group. You'll just have to join the Facebook group. And some of the other papers are a Freya Friday freebie. Those are on my Ko-fi site. And then the pattern paper that you just see there is in the Just Because section of my Ko-fi shop, which also has freebies. This next one, let's see. So in this one, I'm going to want this one to kind of just match me in the center, but I'm not going to want to cut a lot off. So what I'm going to do here is just kind of create my own edge. So knowing that I'm not going to want to take a lot off, I'm just going to kind of make it symmetrical. I folded them together so that I'm kind of repeating this edge, and I don't really like that. I think I want this to come further back than this piece here, so let's just kind of adjust it until you get something that you like. So that, yeah, there we go. That's an edge there. You can see that works there. This one will have it fold from this way. Okay. And I think on this one, let's also cut off part of the corner of the page here so that what we have is a little bit of a slant. Let's do that. So all I'm going to do in order to do that is fold down where I'm going to want this to look, probably about like that. This is where you get to become the designer, right? So I'm folding it so that I have a line to cut from. You choose how much width you'd like here and how much width you'd like here. This isn't quite straight enough for my taste, so sometimes I'm able to do it and sometimes I'm not. So I'm just gonna use my paper cutter to trim it so I get a little bit better. So, okay. Okay, let's keep going here. So what I've got is I've got just something that is exactly the height. Looks like I may need to trim just a little bit. No, I'm good. And on this one, I'm gonna actually create a page, adding a page. So the process goes, you make some of the cuts to your major piece first. So I made this cut, and then I made this cut, and then I inked. Now I'm gonna add a page, and the way that I'm adding this page is I'm using this as a pocket, and I'm gonna glue in my pocket. Just gonna glue all along here. here. Just want to check and make sure before it dries completely that it's so now if I'm going to be folding this together, this isn't going to work because I will need to move my fold this direction. So just do that. And probably just trim that just a little bit. Okay. So we added a page. Now I'm going to create a flip. And this was already cut out, so I'm just going to create something that'll help me with the flip here. And this I've left intentionally blank here, so what I'm going to do is attach this here. So you could do this with any element. That's part of what I'm wanting to show, especially one that maybe you've cut out already. If it's the right width and you like the way it looks. Right, so just pay attention to how it looks on this side. And then I'm going to actually cover it with some coffee dyed paper for a writing spot. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this down. Make it up a bit. If you didn't want writing space, you could add pockets to the back of whatever that is. And you just want to make sure that your flip doesn't impede any of the spots. So we've got a pocket here, and I think before I go much further, I want to decide how I'm going to place this in my journal, because I think that will become fairly important. But this isn't quite straight. Okay, let's look at the possibilities here. I think, is that the one I want? I think maybe this one. I really like this girl, so I think I want to make sure that she is really a focal point. So I think I'm going to make her a pocket. And have that flip open. Just depends on where I like my pocket. Like I could put it here. On the other hand, I really like this too. So let's see what happens if I do it more like this. This is kind of what I did on the other one, so I think I may do that because I want to show this off as opposed to this. I'm going to go ahead and glue it in. It'll make it easier at this point. Even though it's very similar to how the other one went in, I really like this. Okay, so now let's see what happens over here. Said I wanted her to be a pocket. Let's make her enter from the bottom here. So I think we'll just create a notch. I wanted to use this Studio Summer tag, but it will end up being a little bit long, so I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to use that as a pocket. So let's just trim this. Add this as if it was the end here. Has the same bottom. Now I can kind of slide something down in there that matches with this here. So we might as well put this one in too now. So I want to make sure that I use as little space here. You saw how close we are on this particular tag. I'm actually a little bit worried about it. Let's see. Well, okay, as long as I'm just very close on this edge here. I'm looking at the amount of space that I have here to tuck my tag in. Thinking that this goes really well right here. Okay, because I'm used this here, I want to kind of repeat the element on the front, and I'm just gonna been better to have the notch in the center. Just trying to get fancy. But I think we're okay. I'm gonna add some lace right here too. Maybe let's put the lace on this side. So I use the Fabri-Tac with anything that is like fabric or something that might be more challenging to adhere to my page, and it dries really fast. And I love that it makes it really easy to add things like that. So I'm just gonna let that dry, and then I'll kind of trim the edges there when it's dry. Cut to some of these out here. And just decide which two I want to use. Do this one, this one. I think I'll use the top two. So I'm leaving the strip on the edge, and I'm going to cut these out. So I'm just going to score these along the edge, and I've left this kind of like a lip, and put there on that one. So you could do this on any page. You could randomly do 2, you could do 3, you could do 1, what I'm doing here. And so we're just folding it like this, okay? So I'm gonna fold these, I'm gonna trim it, and then I'm gonna ink it, and I'll do that off camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I kind of inked them, and then I added little pockets. These pockets come with the kit, but you could just, these are, I should have mentioned, these are ACO size, so these are 2 ACO or ATC cards, 2.5 by 3.5, just folded together. And I often have a 3x3 sheet that I should have mentioned that in my kits. And you can also just, I'm just telling you the measurements. So, and the measurements aren't really perfect, aren't necessary. So what I'm going to do is, this is going to be my first, this will be the front part that I want. And it's, what I'm going to do is use my pen, and I'm just going to mark with my pen the edge, okay? And then I'm going to actually choose this one too, and I think I'm going to put this one coming from this side, and they will overlap. So on this one, I'm also going to just mark that. And because I'm cutting, there's a small space here and a small space there, I'm going to go ahead and reinforce both parts here. especially this edge here. So I'm just applying some tape here where I'm gonna way more than what I needed. You can use a razor or you can use scissors, but I'm going to use a razor. You can put this on a mat if it makes it easier for you. I'm just, let's see, my scissors might be easier. I'm just cutting along the line that I drew so that I know how long. See, that's probably, I should trust myself a little bit longer. And what you're going to do is you're going to slide this in. Oops. We're going to glue it in place. So probably will add some more tape too, because this will end up being a pocket that will slide in and out, and I will not want to catch it. So I think I will do I do the same thing for this here. You want to pick a panel if you do this that is going to be a pocket or is going to be hidden. And I didn't reinforce this one with tape because it wasn't on the edge. I am going to put the tape on the back though, so. A little more. Add glue. Just tape this down also. So essentially what I've done is I've used this pocket, this extra piece, to hide my flip, and then also to hide the flips on this page here too. And I'm just going to want to make sure that, because things are going to be sliding in and out, I'm just adding this extra. I'm sure it's overkill, right? I should add, oh, I need to add more tape on that edge. When I put this tape on, I didn't get it over the edge that I cut through. It's just not helpful. Right? Just going to glue this down now. So I'm going to glue here and here. And I think I may make just a little notch so that we know this is a pocket. Before I glue it, let's just ink it really well. So I could put pockets, right, in each of these, decorate it like a little folio. I could make slanted pockets in here. I'm not going to because of time. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I sew this up, I want to make sure I forgot to add my closure here. I just added a little flower here to kind of keep those down, and now I'm going to add some tape again here. Now I can glue this down. Okay, so I'm just gonna need to stuff this. So we have a couple more panels now, right? So we've got this one. And again, I think this will probably end up with more decorating. Probably put some fussy cuts and some more pockets. And, ooh. Might not have been the smartest move, but we're good. Okay, I've got pockets here and the flip up here. I just really like this, the florals, so I haven't wanted to cover that up. We'll see. Got this here, this tag here. So this one gave us 1, 2, let's see. This one's going to be a little bit hard to get in. Yeah, so we gave us 1, 2, 3, oops, 4 more panels. Okay. And they're all mix and match.